Good evening, and welcome to Being Black and Craft, where we don't apologize for recognizing our influence on craft beer. This is Angie, the Undeniable Vixen, your host, and we have a great team of folks that we're going to have a great conversation. But let me, of course, do my church announcements. Of course. We are going down to the line. I mean, to the absolute line of CBC. So make sure that you come see me. I will be out and about. Place that you can see me at initially is Thrive, which is going to be on that Sunday, April 21st. That's going to be an all-day kind of pre-kickoff to CBC. Then we have the CBC Tap Takeover with the National Black Brewers Association on the 23rd from 6 to 10. We also have Craft Beer Professionals, and I didn't get to put a note about it, but Beers for Everyone is going to have an event as well. So I will make sure that I will post that and put that in stories on IG. Then let's see. Did that one? Nope, that we're not going to have the conference anymore. But let's see what else we have. Oh, just another commercial for grown folks. Make sure that you support Danica and her family with Grown Folks, that new seltzer that is available online. You can get a variety pack. Then we also have coming up in June, if you're a Pink Boots member or if you're not a Pink Boots member, you can still come and register for the lines are open for you to register and come out for the national conference in Philly. I can't wait for that. So how'd y'all do? Did you enjoy the eclipse? For myself, I have keratoconus, so I didn't want to chance it because there were so many different, like crazy people that were making glasses, and they just had too many out there. So I didn't want to chance it. I was too scared. I was like, I have enough eye problems. But this is one picture that a photographer took above the Omni Hotel in Dallas, and I thought it was really amazing and great. On some other news, let's see if I can get it over here. On some other news, I thought that it was an April Fool's joke. I really did. When I saw that Weathered Souls Charlotte was closing, but I went back and looked, and they did go ahead and close on April the 6th was their last time. So hopefully people went out and helped empty their taps and said some farewells to some people. And it's sad to see, but that's the beer business. On a happier note, just got something because I am one of the day ones with Smodox here in Dallas, Texas. They just have been going through some really crucial permits going back and forth with the city. The city is tripping. And, usually when you're a brewery and planning, you have a day job. And I know I talked to Kumba, and he was talking about how I said, hey, come and fill this out, this one paper dot, whatever. Man, I'm at work. And then he's rushing to do it. And by the time he gets there, it's like, oh yeah, I have another meeting. No. You're going to see me. So it's those kind of headaches. But with all that said they're really getting close to opening up, and I'm very excited for him. Now, there's one other guest that was coming up, and I'm not really sure what may happen. It's called the Last Sip of Wine. And unfortunately, she had a breakdown at an event where she just came unconscious. She didn't know what was going on. And it was like a big medical emergency. So I wanted to list that. I will probably put this in my stories as well. She has a GoFundMe going on, and my thoughts and prayers are going to the Last Sip of Wine and that whole team. And the last thing, if you are near Kansas City, Missouri, this weekend, there's going to be some major shit happening. So Vine Street Brewing, which is the Missouri's first Black-owned brewery, Major place, beautiful place. They're going to have one pint at a time. They're going to have the movie, a discussion with T.O., Crowns and Hops, Al Sharpton out of Atlanta, um, Lady Lager, Rhythm Brewing, John with Cajun Fire, and many, many more. So that's going to be a pretty big thing that's going on with them. So that's this weekend. But thus, that is finally all my church announcements. So let's go ahead and introduce our guests. We have 23rd Avenue Brewing. Hey, fellas, how are you
What's going
doing?
on?
So we have Mario, David, and James. Okay. I am so glad that y'all are all able to come and join to have this discussion. Whoops, my little finger, I fat finger that.
Eliminate me.
Right. It's like I'm not doing nothing. So we're kind of since I do have a crowd of people, so I'm going to do a kind of a round robin and kind of get some questions here and there, if that's okay.
Perfect.
So Mario, since you are Liquid Jesus,
Liquor Jesus.
oh, Liquid Jesus. Oh Lord, that's okay. Oh, first, tell me, what are y'all drinking? If you're drinking something,
I would
tell me
like to
what you
say
got.
that this is the wonderful, beautiful, and delicious Cuban Link wit beer. This is, you look, man. If you're in the Central District and you find yourself over here, get you one of these. It's very delicious. It's very good. It's very crisp. Very good for summer or any occasion. Add your orange to it. Delicious.
Okay, David, what you got?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put that can up. I'm definitely drinking also the same. I'm drinking that Cuban Links with beer.
Okay,
Very delicious, very crisp. Perfect for a afternoon delight for sure.
okay, James, how about you?
I just got some champagne, so I'm going right now.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah,
oh
champagne in
Lord.
there.
So
The
Damn
beer, the
Paggy.
beer did, the beer didn't make it today. So I got
see,
some odd
I'm
sense.
gonna have to. I'm gonna need y'all in the month of June when we're going. We're gonna go through uh, hood drinks or club drinks.
Oh, we could do
So
that.
Oh yeah,
so we're talking about um,
Incredible Hulks.
yeah, some thug passions.
We need a beautiful up in there.
Oh,
That
what's
part.
that?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what
Ooh.
it is. I didn't go to the club. I was 17 and
Hey.
I was already locked down. I was foolish
All
and
right.
young and I was with well, I didn't go to the club. So what is
We're gonna
that?
have to we're gonna have to
uh,
get you hooked up on that. Go ahead,
so
son.
it's basically like a cognac mixed with another cognac, but it's basically Hennessy and like Grand Marnier or Remy and Grand Marnier. And how it's traditionally served is usually they get because it comes in a snifter glass. So what they do is they take like a rocks glass and they fill it
Hmm.
up with like piping hot water and they tip the snifter and put the bowl in the top so like it can like
Uh-huh.
warm it. So it courses through your system faster, gets you drunker faster, and it actually opens up a lot of different tasting notes. So yeah, I mean it's a hood drink, but you know what I'm saying. It is also very eloquent.
sounds
I've
beautiful.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
So do y'all know anything about the history? You just know that was the drink.
I don't know the history about it, but like I know like I know the traditional way to serve it, and I know that I definitely me and David for sure like shut down a whole bar's stock of Grand Marnier and Hennessy in one night.
Oh,
A long time ago.
Yeah, that was that wasn't yeah, don't get it twisted. That wasn't like last
the one
Monday.
last week. Okay, okay,
Uh, that,
okay.
that shut me down now.
So this is what I'm drinking. Since I was talking about Vine Street, this is Vine Street Life of the Party, which
Mhm.
is I'm going out of my comfort zone because I stopped drinking sours. But this is a rosemary blood orange sour ale,
Mm.
and
Sounds good.
yeah, it's great notes, great notes on it. So I trust them, and the can is always fire. It's just like
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's hard. That's hard.
So back to you, Mario. So I can go ahead. Before I forget, how did you grow up? What was it like living in? Are y'all all originally from Seattle?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I know there was black people in Seattle. So tell me, how was it like growing up?
All right.
Yeah.
Bet.
How
Okay.
was it like
Okay.
growing up in Seattle?
So essentially, when I grew up, or when we grew up in Seattle, like Seattle was a different place. It was a different time. There was like a lot more people of color up here, and like also we were like the major demographic in the neighborhood we lived in.
Mm,
So like it was a lot of black people in like one place, and I mean it was like the central district in the south, and there was a lot of black folks. It's a little different now, like gentrification. People migrating to different city states, et cetera, et cetera. But growing up here, yeah, it was a lot of black folks in the neighborhood. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. Went to school with a bunch of black folks, little sprinkle of some little white folks here and there, and then like some Asians, but like mostly, yeah. I mean, it was I don't want to say my existence or like my childhood was any more different than any other black kid, right, growing up in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it was hood, sometimes it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it is what it is. I mean, those are some broad strokes. So do you have any more like specific
yeah,
questions?
wondering. I'm gonna segue to James. So tell me, what was it like as far as like as a typical 15-year-old? How was it? How was it like growing up in Seattle?
Yeah, yeah. So Seattle, historically black neighborhood, Central District of Seattle. Redlining ended up forming our neighborhoods. That's where all the black people live. About 90% of African Americans live in the neighborhood. It's the only place we can buy homes or rent
Mm,
for the longest. So 15 for me felt a little bit different than 15 for David and Mario, but it all centered around 23rd Avenue, where our shop currently is. That was the main artery in the hood. So on that block, went to school on that block. First dates on that block. Everything happened on that block. So
mm,
that's the homage to our name. But at the same time, it was a CD, and Mario said there was some hood parts of it, and there were some not so hood parts of it. So it was a mix of all because Seattle's a really diverse place. So we got to live in a city where I mean our friends of all different kind of races, which is really cool. And yeah, we got to get all around the city, and 23rd Ave let us do that.
so David, when I say 23rd Avenue, what's the first thing that pops up in your head? What's the first word that pops up?
Maker ever swimming pool.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Maker ever swimming
oh
pool.
no, your mute is on.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
my bad. Maker ever swimming pool. That's the first thing that pops up. I used to
Word.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
So,
that?
so it's a swimming pool probably right in the middle of 23rd Ave from what we're
Okay.
talking about, right? Um, it's a place where the whole community would go on Saturdays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just go swimming. It's just a big old swimming pool named after Mayor Evers, right?
Hmm.
Um, and it was a community hub for us growing up. Um, Met a lot of my closest friends there, lifetime friends, brothers, sisters always went there. Yeah, I mean, it was just our spot right across the street from
Mm,
Ezel's Chicken,
mm.
right next to Garfield High School, or attached to
Go
Garfield
dog.
High School. It's their swimming pool.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
Mario,
that's
same question. Same question. What's when I say 23rd Avenue? What's the first thing that pops up in your head?
Ezels, Garfield. Yeah, just like because I mean that was like one of the main like like summertime, like going to the community center. You know what I'm saying? Like playing over at Garfield, and they had the little shack joint where they would give out the little lunch in the summertime. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like like so like yeah, that would that like so like yeah, when I think of 23rd, I think of like Garfield, I think of Ezels, I think of like trying to scrounge together a little bit of change, go up in there, get like what I'm saying, little quick wing dinner, you know what I'm saying, little 2 piece and a biscuit, you know what I'm saying? So like but I mean, it's to be honest, like I think for me personally, I would say like like that's a loaded question because I mean like there's Philly's best, on 23rd as well. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, and like, I mean, our other brother Matt used to work there. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was like, you know, like I remember the first job I went to. I was in the what was it, the 4-H club where they were giving you like job training. So they had like a little vegetable garden. You would sell vegetables out the parking lot of the gas station, across the street from Phillies on 23rd. So like, you know, like that's like, you know, like I like James was saying, it's like a main artery. I didn't spend so much time on that one street, on so many different points in my life. The Hollywood Video, I didn't spend years up in there just renting videos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Look, going on the promenade, like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's just that this again, not to, you know, beat a dead horse, but there's a reason why that's the name of our brewery.
James, I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer that question as well.
Yeah, one place I would like to add is 913 23rd Avenue South, 98144. This was our old
Okay.
crib. This was our house on 23rd
Mm-hmm.
Ave. This is
Okay.
where my
Yeah,
childhood home
straight up.
was.
Yeah.
This is where I met Mario. This is where he became a brother in our family. This is where David came to live with us. Like, this was our childhood home. The basement was formed. Some of my most fond memories there. We had a water fight in that house that destroyed the house, and like, my mom kicked our ass.
Whew, I had to, like,
Um,
I ran away because I thought they
that
mama was gonna kill me.
This is it.
that house was it. We lived on 23rd. That was one of the most formative times of my life, and made me who I am today. So 913 23rd Avenue South, our house. That was it.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
So tell me, anybody can jump in on this one. What in the world does a CD have to do with your vision with opening a brewery? What? How does a CD come into play with that?
That's a great question. So we moved out. We moved out to CD when I was in high school, and we stumbled across a house that was making beer, and we had no clue that making beer was legal like that. But come to find out, it was, and our neighbors had bought the whole house just to make beer in it. We were like, "What is going on here? This is legal. This is crazy." And
Mm.
then fast forward 2018, we ended up getting our own beer kit, and we started making beer, and we really loved it. And part of our whole thing, what between the three of us, is like lineage, family, and understanding like where we come from. And we do come from an historical Black family in Seattle, so we kind of made those connections work. You know, we got really involved with making beer, spent way too much money,
Mm.
and then ended up opening up in the CD because that was our original home, and that was our way to
Mm.
come back home to our community in a way that we could try to make an impact and build on our legacy.
Okay. Okay. So, David, tell me a little bit about as far as like the demographic makeup, as far as the beer scene in general, and then Mara, can you tell me about the BIPOC part of it?
I'm sorry. Repeat
Yeah.
that.
So
So
Repeat that
good.
question.
So I was saying, what is the overall uh, makeup as far as like demographic for beer for breweries, as far as like patrons, just all over, and then I wanted to know from you, Mario, what is it like as far as like BIPOC?
yeah. So as far as the whole scene, it's really mixed, right? It's a really mixed bag of different people really enjoying beer, especially here in Seattle. We always fancied ourselves as the melting pot of the U.S. We just always had a large demographic. We got Asian folks, Black folks, white folks, Polynesian folks, Indian, Native
Mm.
American folks, Indian folks. And when you come to our brewery, you see all those people, right? You see everybody. Everybody really comes and enjoys beer. I think historically, like it's pretty much been a white driven thing as far as like publicly what you would see and on the TV and the Budweiser commercials and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But people like 23rd Ave Brewery and lots of other breweries around are here to squash all that and really just bring some elevated culture to the experience of beer. Craft beer is nothing new by any stretch of the imagination. It's been being crafted since, I mean, the beginning of time, really. And even back in Africa. So you go to the brew store, you see a lot of African folks down in there getting their grains to make their stuff. So um, it's just a huge part of who we are in the Northwest, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I would jump in and say like it's definitely like so for for real and for true. Like I mean, David's not wrong. Like it's a Northwest thing. I mean, there's a lot of hops up here that like go throughout the rest of the country. I will say, as far as what I've seen in our brewery, we have like a lot of diverse people coming in to drink. The industry itself is a little, I ain't gonna even say a little bit. Let me stop capping. There's a lot of white folks. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like we're one of two black breweries in Seattle, and I don't want to say the Northwest, but like even though like you start getting further out, like it's still like it's still like light sprinkles. Like, I mean, I know there's like, well, I think there's like another couple black breweries in Portland, maybe like something
There's
like that. So like, there's not
Hmm.
a lot, but like
Found another.
I will say the times are changing. There's a lot of like black people in general just getting into this arena.
Hmm.
And like blazing trails, like us being one of them, Metier up here, obviously. But yeah, I mean, but I mean, people like to drink. Everybody like to drink. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like as far as like the people coming through the door, like, that's up in the air, man. You get everybody from like, from black folks to Korean folks to, like white folks to like, 25-year-olds to like, like 50-year-olds. Like I like just what was it just this Saturday, man? I had like four people up in here that was like they was dead, like all four was definitely over 50. So like what I mean, like it's just it's a diverse group of people who come in to drink, but the people who are actually making the product are not as diverse. So we are literally here to change that.
Are you seeing more women come into these spaces to drink?
Actually, absolutely, yeah. And as a matter of fact, if my memory serves me correct, I think one of the head brewers over at Stoop is a woman. I could be wrong. Don't
Mhm.
quote me on that, but I think it is. But that's on the industry side of things. But as far as like coming in and like actually buying the product, there's a lot of women that come in. As a matter of fact, God, there was this girl that came in here on the Saturday before last, and she wanted to know everything about what was going on behind the counter, as far as like the equipment. I gave her a full tour. Like, I mean, the only thing I didn't do was like actually make a beer. Like, what I'm saying? I like
Yeah.
ran water through all the pumps and like so
Really? That
yeah,
was
I mean,
nice.
yeah, I ain't gonna like yeah. If you want to know some shit, come on. Like what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
we ain't shiesty like that. Like come learn something, come see something. If you got questions, we gonna do it. We go to the best of our abilities. We're gonna try to answer. And
Mhm.
if we can, we'll literally give you a demonstration. So
Hmm.
I put a little bit of water in the thing and ran it through all the coils and the pumps and kind of explained like the three-step system and like then how it goes to the fermenter and then from the fermenter to the to the cold crashing and from there to like get put on tap and serve. So like that was like and I mean it was fun. Like I mean I'm pretty passionate about saying what we're doing. I like making booze. I like sitting up in here kicking it feeling like a mad scientist. So like if somebody's interested and want to come see it, I'm like motherfucker, yeah, come on. Come back here, what I'm saying, come back here, put on some gloves, what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's
that's why I was wondering if you saw that as a segue to maybe have doing a beer run, having some people come in and kind of assist, or at least the typical picture of graining out, because no brewer likes to grain out, so at least have them come and do come and
Have
do
them do
that.
that work. Have
Yeah,
them do
get
that.
that work in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but not but I will say there's especially up here in the Northwest, like especially. I mean, I can't really speak for like a lot of different places in the country, but I know for sure up here there's a lot of women who are into craft beer who know they're very knowledgeable. They know a lot about what's going on. They know where good breweries are. They know, they're women up here who drink a lot of beer and talk a lot of
Hmm.
shit
Mhm.
just like us. So like, I mean,
Yeah,
And they're regulars. Like for
awesome.
example, this past Thursday, we have a regular that comes in twice a year, lives in Arizona, flies over because she's living in CD, and she brought her whole crew with her. It was like 6 people.
Wow.
She wanted to show them around. Every time she comes
I
in,
mean,
she
you
has a
want
new
to
crew.
down
So I feel like we're a unique space because usually one of us is
turn
always
that off.
working. and all of us are really excited for anybody to come in, and I think people feel that.
Mhm. That's cool. That's really cool. So that just goes to show that your beer is amazing. Because you know, even if I'm flying in for work, I'm not gonna make my way to go someplace unless the beer has something to say. So that's a really good uh, pat in applauding your beer. So that's really cool.
Thank you.
So how long have y'all been open?
What about? We're approaching 2 years at this point.
Okay. I
June
wasn't
20
I wasn't really sure.
June will be 2 years.
Okay, June will be 2 years. So I saw that y'all were doing like a countdown. So
Oh
Mario,
yeah,
what's
so
go ahead, James. What is the I'm mess up the name. Overson Beer
Obsidian.
Hall. What
Yeah.
you pronounce it because I couldn't pronounce it.
Obsidian Beer Hall. So they're opening up. There's only two black owned beer halls I think in Washington State, and he's one of them. He just opened up in Everett, which is about 45 minutes outside of Seattle. So yeah, we had to get beer in there. So that's what that was for.
Okay, that sounds really cool. So let me ask you a question as far as like the brick and mortar. Um, how was it? How long was the process for you? And is there something as far as like a challenge that you were able to overcome that you can tell people absolutely do this, make sure you do this, and please don't do that?
So, yeah. So the biggest thing, and for anybody that's listening, or for anybody that wants to talk to the kids about starting a venture like this, is first thing, make sure that the team that you have, you can really rely on your team to get it done in your absence,
Mm-hmm.
support you in your when you're there, right? Um, Number two is if you get to the spot where you're going to put your idea out there to the world, it's time for you to go ahead and do that, right? Don't hold back. I'll tell you. I just want to tell you this real quick. When we look back at how we almost opened up this business,
Yeah, with that little.
it's unbelievable that we had the gall, the unadmitted audacity to try to open up our business with the equipment that we were going to open up our business with. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
Egregious.
it was
is a word I would use.
it was a terrible idea, and it would have been too much work.
Oh shit!
We signed up for it still, right? We signed up for it, and we look back at those pictures. We took pictures of it and all that. We was happy, we'd be looking real gray right now if you know what I'm saying on this cast. We were going to succeed no matter what, because the second part of that is keep going, right? Keep going, one foot in front of the other. Just keep going, right? You're going to see that end of the tunnel. You're going to see that light, right? Just keep going. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be long nights. It's going to be. There was one night when we all had to come to the brewery in the middle at 2:00 in the morning to make something happen, right? For an event or something that was going to be happening the next day. And it was last minute because something else failed, right? We banded together. We all stumbled in here all sleepy, made it happen. Event great the next day, right? It pays off.
Yeah. So it's a fact.
Yeah. Add on to that. Don't be afraid to generate different ideas, right? Like, we are out of the box thinkers, thinking about all kinds of solutions. I was in there the other day, and I made this little contraption so I can add carbonation to the kegs. My wife was like, "Where'd you buy that at?" I was like, "I made it." Like, I had to make something work. We couldn't afford to get the piece we needed, so we innovated it, right? And that's what we do. Like, we don't give up. We know there are roadblocks ahead of us, and we try to adapt to those needs. And I would say too, if we had the chance to start it all over, back, get a bigger system. That's the only thing I would for sure say.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that kind of controls the flow of the beer. And we have an issue of running out of beer, which is a great problem to have, right? So, get it as big as a system as you can get, and invest in your fermenters. Because the nicer you have fermenters, the nicer your beer is going to come out.
I would and so I would say so number one, it's rough on these here C's, trying to like make like I'm just compounding what they already said, like, but it's designed that way. That's how life works. So if it's rough, that's because like on the other side of that, there is something for you. So let's get that out the way. Shit's gonna be hard, bro. You can't do nothing about it. Things you need. James developed I would say this probably worked best for us, like not necessarily a to-do list, but like kind of a completion list. Like a completion list that helped super crazy. So like, it's all about like kind of like, cross the T's, dotting the I's, right? So if you're going to start a business and you're going to like start chasing paperwork and try to like sell a product, like literally list out the things you need to get done and cross and put lines through them. You know what I mean? It's just like a whiteboard. Like, if you like you write everything on the whiteboard, all the vision is there. So everything is right there so you can see it. You can cross out if you need to like add something else. Yeah, just make sure you have everything. It's cool to have ideas and all that, but if you're not writing these ideas down, putting a date on it and stamping it like that and crossing it out when it's done, then you're gonna have a tougher time trying to achieve like goals. So if you're get it done, that's a good way to get it done.
Yeah,
and you'll know what you've accomplished. That's also helpful. The
whole idea behind that, right, is you got to know how to score. Like in basketball, to score a bucket because you get 2 points every time you score. But when you're starting a business, sometimes you forget how to score. You forget how to track what you're doing and what's happening. So that's the whole reasoning behind it. It's like you create a system so you can score points and figure out how you score, what your average is, and how you can make it better. Right? That's the whole purpose of it.
Yeah, another thing on that is, a lot of times when people are opening businesses, we're underselling ourselves, right? We're not sold all the way to ourselves, right? We don't know that, when we opened up, we sold out a beer in 2 hours, right?
Oh, wow.
No, it was less than an hour.
It was less than an hour. I walk outside, the whole neighborhood sitting there drinking cans of 23rd Ave Brewery, right? But we could have. I mean, we undersold ourselves though, right? Like the community was waiting for us to come and do something crazy like this. And if you're opening up a business, man, believe that whatever you think it can do, it's going to do way bigger than that. For sure.
Wow. That's good. That's good information.
And avoid debt.
Sorry. Yeah, no debt.
Nah, don't. Yeah.
We don't have anything.
We don't have any debt.
Don't be. Look, don't get these loans. Look, don't fuck with these loans. The motherfuckers gonna break it. They gonna break you.
Just build it up.
Say that again. Say that again for the people in the back. You have no what?
Don't fuck with these loans. Like, look, it is a quarterback sack tackle in your pockets.
They will eat your margins out of the way. It'll be done. No debt.
GoFundMe.
We're all about the margins game.
GoFundMe. Like, look, GoFundMe and investors is probably the best way to go. Because like GoFundMe is like, at least even if you don't like hit your goal, it's still like, oh, your homies or your mama or somebody friends, or just somebody think they think you kind of cool, or even people who just want to see you do something, or somebody like you doing something and like trying to make a move in life. They're gonna drop a bag on you. It might not be a whole lot, but they still gonna drop a bag on you. And like you'd be surprised like what people will do when they see you trying to fight to make a dream happen. Because we did not expect to get the amount of money we got when we did a GoFundMe. So don't be fucking with these loans, don't be going to these banks trying to like, impress these motherfuckers and shit. Like, go do your own thing. It's your dream. Go chase it. I mean, if you have to get a loan, I get it. Your position might be different than ours, but like, man, don't mess with that shit. If you can, if you can avoid it, because you don't want to be in debt.
Yeah,
we started saving in 2019.
Yeah, we a lot of this is from the paychecks.
Yeah, we started
every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Putting money into the business.
Yeah, and we started saving.
And that's and the GoFundMe stuff is great. The what else you say?
Like
all these other money sources is great, but you have to have steady income that you're willing to, because it teaches and trains you as well, right?
That's what we did.
You're taking away that money. First of all, you should have been saving this money anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
now you're saying, okay, I'm opening this business, right? So now now you're going to get to a point where you're not having to put your own money back into the business, but you still should have that spot saved for your own retirement, or you making a home purchase, or whatever you got going on. Right now, me and Jay messed up. We bought homes in the middle of this whole craziness, right? So all three of us is just strapped like hell. But
I'm just regular broke. They a different type of broke. I'm regular poor. I stay in apartments. But
he saved our butt though. You know what I'm saying? Because all this stuff going on, right? Saving up. You know what I'm saying? Saving up for that spot for when you want to pull the trigger on something matters.
And we started small. It was like $50 I think it was $50 a month each.
Yeah.
We started saving in 2019. And as we were getting closer, pandemic kind of ended, we started putting more in. And before you know, we had a nice little penny to try to figure something out, right?
Yeah.
So crowdfunding, like we saved amongst each other. And that's really important.
Yeah.
Open the bank account.
I just want to. I feel like I can't stress this enough, or we can't stress this enough. It is really hard to do things by yourself.
Super hard.
Get somebody you trust in your corner. I don't care if it's your girl and she ain't even part of the business, but she's just down for you. Get somebody in your corner, because it's hard to do a business on your own. It's because you don't like it's crazy. I mean, if you can do it on your own and you got that kind of bandwidth and you can make those kind of moves, sure, but it's always going to pay. Look, it's always better to grow up in a 2-parent home than a single-parent home. I'm just saying.
Shout out to the women of 23rd Ave Brewery, too.
Yeah, by the way, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Holding it together.
They've all played a major part in this whole thing as well. So, shout out.
Yeah. Y'all preaching to my soul right now. Because I am a one-woman show right now. So I get it. It's hard, and you don't want to do it, but you still got to find that that person or that team that's going to help you. If I stumble, that I know somebody that I got the ball. I'm still charging towards the finish line. So yeah, I get that definitely. So I want y'all to tell me a little bit more about your flagship beers. So I'm going to mention some attributes, and I want y'all to tell me a little bit more about the beer. So when I say Bid Whiz, Tonk, Three-Legged Races, Unk on the Grill, what beer is that?
I would probably go, if not Cuban Link, then Liquid Gold, or in the Pepper Peach, for sure. Yeah.
So I thought it was the March, because you said, or somebody said,
Well, you said,
I said Bid Whiz, Tonks, Spades, Unk on the Grill. You said this is for
so
that's implying that the sun is out.
So the Marsh is the nighttime joint. The Marsh is the fire pit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe still barbecue a little bit. But the Marsh
you
is
saying
like
barbecue, so that's what okay.
So the Marsh is like after the function, right? We came up with this because after the function, the kids all want to come and do marshmallows on the fire pit.
Okay.
Right? Because we always do a fire pit afterwards. It gets dark, right? And then the kids want to come and do the marsh. So you're right? Because it's all the function, right? It's just the function be all day. So in the morning time, you messing with the Cuban Links, Pepper Peach. In the evening time, okay, let's bring out the whiskey and the Marsh.
Because the Marsh is more of like a dessert, like stout, and like that's definitely gonna be something that's gonna work around the fire. But like, I mean, you said on the grill, and you was talking about some stuff that happens in the daytime.
That's when I was reading the description. That's what I was getting.
What did you say, Jane?
In Seattle, it's dark early.
Yeah, Seattle
Oh,
gets dark early. Yeah.
It can get dark
oh,
as early as
okay.
4 o'clock.
Because I was
Pitch,
just like,
pitch black.
Yeah.
It's dark 4 o'clock.
He said
So
pitch black.
word?
Yeah, it be
yeah,
dark.
sometimes
Yeah.
in the winter it can get dark. So that's why we're saying like both of them, right? It's like
And
when
the
it's a
weather
little light outside, Pepper
the weather
Peach.
up here is fucked the fuck up. Like, cause like it's one of those things where like man, what was it? What was it? That wasn't even a week ago, and it was like what? It was like super nice. It was approaching 70, and then like we're
Now it's
back to
50.
like rain, just like
Yeah,
heavy
yeah, yeah.
rain. And like so,
Mhm.
like Seattle's weather is like a prepubescent child in the candy shop that can't make his mind up.
Yeah, yeah. So
See,
we get
it,
to experience bonfires all the time because it gets dark
that's
so early.
wow.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was thinking more like the kickback when I was
Mhm.
reading the description. So let me see if I can get um this one better. Uh so I be on it all night long. I be on it grinding. Don't knock my hustle. Back to basics. Basics. What drink of yours do you think that kind of comes to?
Basement stout. Yeah, I was like one of the first
Yeah, I think
ones, in
that's
fact.
the basement style.
Basement
Yeah,
style.
that's a good
That's
one.
the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Basement stout.
it's a crushable
Yeah.
stout. It's like the first thing we like really mastered.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, like for sure, for sure, for sure.
Basement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Basement stout.
You got that one?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Y'all got that one.
Hold
Yeah.
on,
That's
hold
it.
on. No.
So okay. So the next one, Texas Pride, hot stuff, Georgia
Pepper
fruit.
Peach.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I was gonna stop you right there.
Pepper Peach.
Pepper Peach was born in Texas.
Yeah,
And that is so wild to me because I'm
got
in
its legs.
Texas. So to get from Seattle to Texas, how did that happen?
Take it away, James.
Yeah, I lived in Texas for 3 years, 2018
Okay.
to 2021. I lived right on the border, small town, Laredo border. Shout out to Laredo. Wife's family's from
Mm.
there. And they cook with serrano peppers every night. So they had the big bag that was finna expire. And I was making beer. I took the big bag, threw the peppers in there, went off the deep end, burned my mouth up. But I was like, this is something. So made a lot of iterations. My brother David shot him the recipe. I think he threw mangoes in first. And on the second round, he threw peaches. And that was it. Birth of the pepper peach.
I'm a little bit nervous for it because I don't like hot things, but I like mango habanero. I don't know why I like that. So it is very enticing to
It's not hot
see.
at all either.
Okay.
The final iteration, we only put the peppers in the boil for 5 minutes. So
Mhm.
you taste just the fruit of the serrano pepper. You don't taste any spice.
We
So
take
are you putting it like in a mesh? You're
In a
dropping
mesh bag.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
So we put
we
it in a
take the
mesh
seeds
bag.
out.
Take the
okay.
seeds out. 5 minutes in the mesh and the boil. Take it out and then
Okay.
ferment it.
Okay. I'm not so nervous anymore.
It ain't gonna
All
burn
right.
your mouth up.
Yeah, it won't at
So
all.
the last one I have Island Girl, tropical fruits.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll tap in on that. Um, so all our beer is inspired by something, right? And so at my house, we eat a lot of pineapples, a lot of mangoes, a lot of different fruits that are specific to islands and cute, the Caribbean and stuff. And
Mhm.
my island girl is from Haiti. And so we were messing with some pineapples one day, and it's kind of similar. Pineapples, cutting up the pineapples. Maybe we had a pineapple left over from a party. I'm brewing beer about 3 times a week at this point. So, man, I'm gonna try some pineapples in there. And she helped me out with it, and we brewed our first pineapple beer. It was actually a really good hit. At this point, we're brewing beer. All of us are brewing beer about 2 to 3 times a week.
Mhm.
And so we're just bringing back to the table what our findings were. And I started carrying that island girl, the ananas. I started carrying it around, carrying it around to different places we were going and parties and stuff like that. And it was just a hit, and all of our cans kind of have a slogan about our beer. And so, that one was cheers to the island girl, who helped us mess up our kitchen, to get this dream started. So
Yeah, it sounded like a little bit of a love story. So I was like, it
Yeah,
sounded really.
that's my wife.
Oh,
That's my wife. She lent us her kitchen to tear it up. Now she's a cook. She tear that kitchen.
okay.
She do her thing in the kitchen, and for her to let us, go in there and
Oh yeah, that's her sanctuary. For y'all to go in there and fuck it up with all kinds of shit. Yeah.
That is a very stoic woman. But I know for sure internally, she was like, I want all these Negroes on my kitchen right now.
Right now.
Right.
I want all these Negroes on my
Because
kitchen.
y'all not gonna clean the kitchen like she cleaned it.
Right. But when we got this spot, she was the first person up. I'll help paint.
For sure.
Hilarious.
Right now.
Right. I want y'all out. You need to put in another $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
So-
she let us cook though, which was cool.
Tell me what a typical Friday night is at the spot.
Yeah, Friday nights, man, are chill. It's really cool because a lot of regulars come in Friday night, unwinding after work. So I get a lot of people coming off work, and they're ready to just have a good time. Like the nice thing about our space is it's tight and it feels like a community. Like anytime people come in, they come for the conversation, and we talk about everything under the sun. We get in debates, we have productive conversations. And the nice thing about our space too is we're in the CD, so it's super diverse. So you got all kind of people coming in of all different backgrounds. So Friday nights are chill, like people unwinding off work, and having a good time. And then Saturday nights, those get a little lit.
Saturday night's a little different.
Yeah.
Liquid.
Is this for the comedy and the painting or whatever? I saw different things going on random days. I didn't know what it was.
So a typical Saturday night really is like it's barbershop vibes, like, but you know what I'm saying? It's just people up in here talking shit, getting loud, you know what I'm saying, drinking beer, having a good time, people playing games, you know what I'm saying? Like we got the Switch right here. You know what I'm saying? Like we got board games. There's people who come up here and play Jenga chess. I had a group of like 70-year-olds up in here playing what is it? Drunk, Stone, and Stupid. And like, you know what I'm saying? And then they switched it up to what was it, Never Have I Ever?
Oh my.
That got weird quick. But like,
I bet it did.
but nah, it's Saturday night here is pretty lit. It's cool, man. Like it's a perfect balance because it's not super crazy, but it's like, think about a barbershop that's jumping. Right, but ain't nobody getting their haircut. It's just a bunch of like different motherfuckers up in here talking about different shit. And like that's and like for me, that's like the best part of the week because we ain't doing nothing but like talking about random shit. Like we talking about the game, we talking about the Final Four, we talking about what the president's doing, what he ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about everything. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the political climate of like whatever, the financial climate of whatever. We're talking about, all these transplants. We're talking about how it's good and bad. Like
it's truly a community hub, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere you can just come and just be yourself, be free, relax, have a decent conversation with each other, man, and just have fun, man, and not have expectations of I gotta be like this or I gotta be like that, right? You just come and be yourself, right? And you'll find your lane. You'll find what's for you. So
yeah, welcoming everyone, but especially welcoming Black folks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The other day, I had a Black engineer that had built out the train system in Seattle. Had moved from Alabama. An older gentleman, electrical engineer, and then right next to him there was a young engineer, white guy, that was working at Amazon, and I knew it. I knew both of their stories. They didn't know each other, and I was like. I introduced them like electrical engineer, and the conversation they had was beautiful, right?
Oh wow!
So it's a connecting space. Everybody got a voice. People can learn about each other, and it's really cool to do that and to see that.
That's awesome.
I want to say the main conflict that is exercised here on a Saturday night. It still hasn't been solved. It's been going on for about like I don't know, like 4 months now. No, I mean Uno rules. Uno rules it is a point of tension within these four walls. We have not solved this problem. We have a very robust exchange of ideas to mitigate all the drama happening. But the Uno rules, we are figuring those out. So whoever's watching, I do come here.
Is it people trying to go with the Milton Bradley? That's what the rules are, or what our rules are.
Nobody follows the Milton Bradley rules.
Like
that's why I'm wondering where the tension coming in, because I know our rules are correct.
We have to establish house rules, basically. That's what he said.
Yeah,
we have to establish house rules because house rules overruled Milton Bradley.
Yeah, because we got motherfuckers coming in here from their own crib, and then like they playing somebody that like they whatever. Like it's like it'd be like two motherfuckers up in here playing, and there's like just somebody because it's so intimate. Like it's just like, oh, I'm gonna just deal you in because you're sitting right there.
Right.
So pull your chair over here, stop acting scared, and it's like they get dealt in, and now motherfuckers arguing because it's like, bro, you can't just be doing the whatever. So they got
you pick wild for you gonna take all 20 of these cards. Sorry.
I mean, me personally, I just let it rock. I'll let the drama just ensue. Like I'll be like low key kind of egging that shit on too. I'll be like, oh, you respect you like that up in here? Come on, dog. Like I'll be kind of adding fuel to the fire. But you know what I'm saying? It's all love though. You know, it's good. It's a good time. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. So my last question for y'all, I'm wondering, is there a beer style that has eluded you? Not by the challenge per se, but as far as space or equipment or time.
Yeah.
Is there one style?
Yes, and we're literally like on the heels of that motherfucker to solve it right now. Lagering. Like lagering requires like being able to refrigerate your fermentation. So but we got a little we got a handle on it. We got a little something in the
y'all already got Black MacGyver down here, James. building stuff.
Yeah. So but yeah, we got that. Lagering was probably because if we were ever allowed like the full range whenever we do a collab, which we did one with Standard down the street. Shout out to them guys down there. They're super cool. But like, yeah, it was like, let's do like let's do a lager, something close to soul, like a cerveza, and like that's how we was able to kind of live. You know what I'm saying? Live out like we've covered so many different like styles of like beer, right? Like we have like some Trappist inspired beers, like Belgian stuff, like we have stuff that is like literally just created from us. That's not particularly cited nowhere. And now and then we had the lager, so now we can actually do that, and we can play more around with the science and like kind of like go rogue on these motherfuckers to do what we want to do. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So we were eluded by the lager, and so now we are about to go ahead and conquer that. So like you caught us at the right time.
I think for me, there's another one on there, and we'll get that one too. But that'll be more space involved, but barrel aged.
Yes.
Barrel aged, that's something near and dear to me.
He's
I like
right.
those. So that's something that we're gonna make sure we make that happen here in the near future. So
now I know Mario said that he's liquor Jesus, but you sound like you might be more liking more things a little bit more boozy. Who's the booziest person that's like, I like high ABVs?
Me.
It's still you?
I mean, because if it was up to me, like we'd be making whiskey too. Like, but we don't have the facility big enough. You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't call me liquor Jesus for that. Out of here.
The name speaks for itself.
Yeah.
All right.
I literally turn water into alcohol on a
Lord. James, is there something that's eluded you other than the two that they named?
I want to make whiskey. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I want to do. I mean, it was really dope. Like shout out to the beer community, like for people that have opened the doors for us and opened their arms. Like we're about to be able to lager because of the beer community, right? So truly, truly appreciate it. But I was able to tour a liquor production facility the other day. Had a couple samples, and man, I mean, I want to do that.
Yeah.
But also I don't want to blow myself up. So. Making liquor is a little bit harder than making beer, so I want to make sure we got the right shit the first time.
And you need space, especially sealing space.
Yeah, so
Like you need you need tall ceilings for that.
20-foot ceilings at least, right? But
Yeah.
that's what dude was saying. So that's eluding me right now. But
Yeah, I
if
think
there's a will, there's a way.
that's been something that's been a little bit near and dear to all of us. Really, is venturing into that space. So yeah, this has afforded us a lot of room to grow, learn, and even teach. So
Yeah.
As the next space will as well.
Well, that is definitely that's my side hustle. So I love talking about liquor and bourbon and tequila and all of those different spirits. So I definitely can tell you that it is so interesting, especially if you ever get to go to Kentucky to see the Uncle Nearest. Um, it's
We got to
it's
schedule a trip.
amazing.
We got to make a trip.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And like like to be
That's
honest,
that's a black woman that owns that, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much her whole team.
Yeah,
It's a couple of dudes in there, but for the most part, it is very woman led. Fawn Weaver and Victoria is part of the nearest Green family. She is a master blender. She went back to school to become a master blender, and you get to hear the real story between Nearest Green and Jack Daniels, and it's not as whitewashed.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
as they perceive it.
You know how we gonna get it. You know how they gonna give it to us.
And they're real cool about it. They're real diplomatic. But you can like,
yeah, you can see.
I got you, sis. I see what you're putting down.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think just to piggyback off that a little bit, I think Two Bar. I think they had a distiller for Two Bar up here, which is a local whiskey. It's also a black woman as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is their product is being. I mean, it's all over the place, but they sell it in the Reverie Room. So, shout out to her and shout out to Big Tone over in the Reverie Room and Derek and all them guys. So yeah.
Nice. I know I have one friend that is, I think he still lives in Seattle, Washington, but he doesn't drink. But I'm going to make a plea for him to come and see y'all. Yeah. Just to come and see the community aspect of it.
So just to be clear on that too, is just as much as we make beer and talk about alcohol and all this stuff, our space is for everybody. So we got non-alcoholic beverages for that reason, right?
Okay, good.
We are equipped and ready for everybody to come in here and have a good time, right? We don't just want you to be drunk. We don't even want you to be all crazy and drunk and all that, right? We want you to come and experience life through our lenses a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And we'll take you to a ride through the CD, what it used to be, right, to what it is now, the things we loved about what it was, the things we hated, the things we love about now, the things that we don't like about now, right? Come here because this is your space to vibe out and have a good ass time with some real locals.
Awesome.
Yeah, with some actual people from this motherfucker. Like we ain't been here for 5 years.
Right. I feel the same way about my city. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I feel the same way about my city. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a bunch of people like, oh yeah, like no, like Edmonds is not. Yeah, like what I'm saying, like North Bend, nah. Like, yeah, you just saying that because you talk to people who ain't from here, but like we're from here, so you're not from here. So there's that. Real locals.
And I do want to say, shout out to the Salish tribe, Salish people, and the Duwamish tribe. It is their land, and we are stewards of their land. Truly appreciative of them. So I just want to say that shout out to them as well.
100
facts, straight facts.
Okay. Now that part of history I don't know anything about.
Oh, everything.
This is all native land.
The
Northwest, the whole Northwest, even more. But we pay homage to the Northwest. The whole Northwest is native land.
Okay.
We're all just on it.
Yeah. There's
all our towns, all our cities, all our rivers, all our lakes, they're all named after native.
Seattle.
Seattle, yeah. Like literally it'd be a neighborhood full of white folks and like it's named like Chehalis or something super native.
Puyallup.
Yeah.
And you'll see that across the nation as well.
Mhm.
It's just here you see it so much more. It's so much more put out there because
Yeah.
we kind of have a way of preserving our history over here. So
Mm.
That's nice.
with that right with the natives. So
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, just
That's
stay land on
wonderful.
yeah, don't get it twisted.
Mm.
Just they shit, like so. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I had an amazing time listening to your story and kicking it with y'all. I just love everything about talking about the space. I feel like I can just walk down the street and walk into 23rd Avenue Brewery and just come and hang out. And I hope that that resonates with the people that get to listen to this if they're not watching it live right now. If they go to Seattle, or if they're in Seattle, to go and hang out with y'all
mhm.
and make sure that they have their Uno rules correct.
How do Uno rules correct? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they be coming here all sideways. Can I
We're
say
gonna get.
can I say one more thing though?
Yes.
Is shout out to all the breweries and artists streamlining their businesses together. We got art on the wall right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go into most of these breweries now, or about half of them, I say, and they got artists in there. You know what I'm saying? Like promoting the artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
That marriage and that blend of coexisting is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get on it, right? Give your artists a place to put their art.
and don't be
Yes.
charging these motherfuckers for wall space, bro.
Don't charge them for wall
Mm.
space. It makes your brewery look beautiful.
Like man, come on, dog. Like man,
We don't charge any artist for wall space.
not
Mm-hmm.
every artist is starving, but like 90% of them is. So stop hitting them over the head with these little wall rental prices and shit. Let them hang it up and get their money, man.
It's a small way that you can pay back to your community.
Mhm.
Right?
I never would have thought that y'all told me something. I
It's a small way to pay back to your
Wow.
community.
Mm.
That people would actually charge artists for wall space.
They do.
No, I
Oh
love
yeah.
No, they
seeing the
do.
art.
When we tell the artists, no, we ain't charging you for this, they be so shocked and surprised. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, we ain't charging for it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? Put that joint up there. We
Yeah.
might have a art paint night or something.
Mhm.
You know, sip and paint.
Yay. Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They have that all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is there anything else that anything that's coming up that y'all need to promote and tell the audience?
Um, coming up, we got a Mario Kart night coming up.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be, I think it's like a month out. So we got a Mario Kart tournament coming up. So you know what I'm saying, all you motherfuckers who play Mario Kart, all you Nintendo fans, like come on, get ready. Get your skills up. There's a lot of people up here who play video games, man. So yeah, hey, we gonna make sure we have some gift cards, surprises. You know what I'm saying, for y'all to, what I'm saying,
Nice.
something for y'all to fight for. Yeah, what else we got going?
Um, everybody's always asking, where can I get your beer? Um, for the longest, we just held on to our beer um, because we were selling out so fast and we weren't producing as much as we could. Now that we're producing a lot more, we're getting our beer stretched out into different areas. We're in Everett at Obsidian Beer Hall. We'll be
Mhm.
in a couple of spots in Tacoma. We're over on the west side at the Reveille Room, and there's a beer hall over there that we're going to be in. We've been in Beer Star as well, another beer hall, black owned beer hall. Obsidian is a black owned beer hall as well. Let me make that clear. Reveille Room is a black owned. What is there? A
They're a
bar?
bar.
They're a
Yeah,
bar.
they're a bar slash event place, and they black on.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Lounge.
they got a
Nice.
storefront as well. So, been in Island Soul Restaurant, Island Soul Shack.
Over there in Big Mario's in Ballard, we about to be over there. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, for the people that love us and will see this, don't stop asking us about us getting our beer into different spaces. We're working to do it every day, and we'll continue to grow and keep on going in more and more spaces.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank y'all again, and um, make sure that everyone who will be watching this, make sure that y'all go and check out on IG as well and see what they're doing for 23rd Avenue Brewery. So they're doing wonderful things, and I love looking at your page and looking at seeing the different faces, seeing the little kid with the little hat on. I thought that was so adorable. And the comedy night is just like, I believe that you can go to 23rd Avenue and find something to do. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's
So,
plenty
yeah.
to do.
This is your space.
Yeah, like come here, play some video games, or watch the game, or watch some anime, or go across the street, get you some catfish corner. You know, get you some barbecue from down the street. Get you some wings from the Quick Pack. You know, like there's
we'll get them house rules up for Uno.
Yeah, I'm toxic. I'm down to just let people fight about it. Like, you know, I'm toxic like that. Like, you know,
framed up, put them on the wall.
That we don't.